EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the LA Chargers. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys ready to get this one going. Across from him, Charger head coach Jim Harbaugh. His guys, on the other hand, came out on top in their opener, so they'll try to make it to 2-0 to start the new year. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here comes the Chargers offense onto the field, led by one of the toughest and most physically gifted players in the league, in Justin Herbert.
Truly one of the most physically talented players in the league. Arm, movement, toughness. Still looking for his first playoff win this season.
On the ground, this is Amari in Hampton. Oh, an absolutely filthy joke. He's got some space now. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A run once more with Hampton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You look at this Raiders defense. They've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I think with as good as their coverage is, and they're also excellent tacklers, they try to keep things in front of them and either make the tackle or you have to run out of bounds because there's nowhere to go. They'll let them dink and dunk all day long.
That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Try to run for it with Hampton. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They will run for it with Hampton. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Here's the Raiders offense taking the field, and it is the first overall pick out of Indiana who brings him onto the field, Fernando Mendoza.
And I can't imagine that week 1 was anything except a whirlwind for this young man. A few bright spots in the opener, but as expected, a few rookie mistakes as well. Let's find out if he learned from them, and we'll show some progress and improvement starting here in week 2.
2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line.
Back to throw. Mendoza. They'll get this out to Genty. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Off the play fake. Mendoza. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the first down. I like how he just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do. On first down, it's Genty. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Stuffing him behind the line there. That's Dayon Henley. Really nice play.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and 13. On the throw, letting too much that time. It's incomplete. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 19. A timeout here for an injured player, and definitely not what this defense wants to see. It's Khalil Mack who's in some discomfort. More from L.A. in a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A run out of the gun with Genty. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Right back to Genty on first down. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Genty, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Chargers, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
And this one finds McConkey. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
It's a gain of 11.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of catches, 112 yards and a touchdown.
And in the preseason, I thought he was primed for a big, big year. And week 1 did absolutely nothing to diminish those expectations.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the counter, Mitchell. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll pitch it out to Mitchell. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Joey Bosa, so strong, able to fight his way in there to make the play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. And Johnston sent in motion. And that is taken in by Njoku. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Pass out left, finds Johnston. And the Chargers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. David Njoku, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers are an extra point away from drawing level. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
The game at 7.
So that drives 7 plays in length. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now Mendoza, off play action. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Las Vegas first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
A give out of the gun to Genty. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Looking to throw. Mendoza. 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Brock Bowers, 44 yards. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. His first career touchdown pass, and it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Gay is on for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
The score, Raiders 14.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Chargers ready to take over. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
In motion right is Johnston. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Chargers first down.
From the 50, here's Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
To the air again, Herbert being chased out left. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. One final go for this offense here in this first half. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
At the 28-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Back to throw. Mendoza. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one. That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Charger drive about to get going. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. The slot man in motion right. Justin Herbert looking to pass. To the right side, he finds his receiver Harris. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
46-yard line. 8 yards on
and his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. 2nd and a couple. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Week 1 was full of surprises, full of intrigue, and a lot of firsts for the young players. What will week
A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to Miami a week ago, and they've got the lead right now as they come up with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Mendoza. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. On the give, Genty. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
39-yard line.
Off play action. Mendoza. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 39. A good pickup there at 22.
And a Raider first down.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. On the give, Genty. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
The Chargers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. They'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Herbert off of play action. A short one taken in by Gadsden. They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Here's Herbert. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
The first-round pick looking comfortable in this offense. First down. A big completion there against double coverage, and Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got to pick me 4. It's my turn now to make the big play, and that's exactly what he did.
This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. Toward the sideline, intercepted. And the Raiders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
The run straight ahead with Genty. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Our first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This will get the lead up to 7. And Gay knocks this one through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
In motion, the tight end. Back to Hampton on 1st down. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Back to Mixon on 1st down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. 2nd down and 8. Looking to throw. Mendoza. It's Hill. Complete. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Here's 2nd and 7. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's going to get this inside the 30. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to have a Raider 1st down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Chargers' 19-yard line.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
At their own 24-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. One last throw here for Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through.
On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys responded well to their season-opening loss, winners a week ago. Across from him, Saints head coach Kellen Moore. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former Hoosier, their rookie quarterback from Indiana.
And a good start out of the gate. 2 games played, teams at 1-1, and he's played about as well as you expect a rookie quarterback to play. That what's been emphasized on the team and by the head coach. Everyone else, raise your level around him and help this young man along.
Plays like that will really help this offense settle in here on the road.
And when you go on the road, you also have to deal with the fans as well. When you have those types of runs, that'll settle them back into their seats.
Once again, it's Genty. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Mendoza. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Up the middle, it's Genty. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Raiders at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Now a Genty. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, this defense for the Saints, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. On the draw, here's Genty. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Mendoza. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault, because to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ashton Genty, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas.
Makes the score Raiders.
That time a 9-play drive. And it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Saints offense taking the field behind their 2nd-year cornerback who showed plenty of promise in his rookie campaign, Tyler Shuck.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Now a 2nd and 10.
The 27-yard line.
Throwing, Shuck. That's complete. It's Jalen Polk. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
It's a gain of 11.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
In motion right, Olave. Now Achane on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. You look at this Raiders defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on on the ground, they've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Shuck now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They were victorious over the Chargers last week, and now they work with a lead again here as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Genty. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
A gain of 12.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. A run. It's Genty. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They go play action here on first down. Pass complete right side to Bowers. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw. Mendoza. That's to Bowers once again. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. A run out of the gun with Genty. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On the handoff, it's Laube. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this one nearly intercepted. Oh, that's a ball he thinks he should have had. Instead, maybe a chance for the offense to get 3 out of it after all. 4th down. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And a Raider first down.
A give out of the gun to Genty. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Mendoza. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Looking to throw. Mendoza. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyreek Hill. His second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints set to go back to work. You see their offensive coordinator, Doug Nussmeier. His guys trail here in this first half, and now they'll focus on trying to get some points on this upcoming drive. To throw is Shuck. This one taken in by Olave. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts.
It's a gain of 11. And the Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Shuck. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Now Shuck. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Shuck. The throw here, right sideline, falls incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon.
But no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Shuck out of the shotgun. Pressure comes and down he goes. Give that sack to Kobe Dean.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Play action now. Shuck. Man open left side. It's his running back with it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And that one complete downfield to Johnson. Touchdown, New Orleans. Juwan Johnson, 44 yards. And the Saints are back within a score. Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for two.
Will line up for the two-point conversion.
They'll try and run it here. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the one. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the two-point attempt is turned aside. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now a crease here as he's now a hit and a loose football. Well, it was looking like they were going to have the ball in good field position, but now with that fumble, they don't have the football at all.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to imagine what he was thinking there, though, right? I can take this one, break it, go for a big one right here. But you and I both know, always protect the football is the #1 mantra for a kick returner.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. In there to drop him for the loss, linebacker Kobe Dean, an outstanding play. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On play action, Shuck. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion. To throw now. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So on is Charlie Smith for the Saints field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is indeed good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Open man down the field. It's Bowers. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard 32 that time. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
That one complete to Naylor. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Mendoza. That is caught. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider 1st.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On the give, Genty. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 64 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Genty going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown.
Las Vegas.
Connor Hayward, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders will add to their 4th quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Saints 12.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. looking to put a drive together. Hand off to HN to begin the drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Second and 4. That one caught by Pay. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Off the bootleg, Shuck with it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line. That time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. This quarterback now a very strong 7 of 8 in the second half. He's got a 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Finds his man. That's Olave on the crossing route. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
13 more yards. That's another Saints first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They will throw again. Shuck. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Shuck. This one thrown underneath to HN. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
A gain of 15 yards. That's another Saints first down.
Shuck now to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Here now, 2nd and goal.
It's now 2nd and goal.
He'll drop to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Adam Butler there on the tackle. A gain of a yard. It's now 4th.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming from the right hash. This from 33. And this one is right through. And that'll move them back within 6 now. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
First down, Raiders.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go again with Genty. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
First down.
On the give, Genty. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it's Genty. And he's going to have a Raider first down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
First carry for the former. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
Short of the goal line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end. But a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So for